If Aduni had known that morning would be the last time she would see her mother's eyes open, she would have held her hand tighter. She would have said, "I love you one more time." The hospital room at Lagos University Teaching Hospital was very quiet. Too quiet. 10-year-old Aduni sat next to her mother's bed, holding her thin hand. Her mother's eyes were closed, but she was still breathing. Slowly. Very slowly. "Mama," Aduni whispered, "are you going to get better soon?" Her mother opened her eyes and smiled. Even when she was sick, her smile was the most beautiful thing in the world. "My precious Aduni," her mother said softly, "I want you to remember something very important. No matter what happens, I will always love you. Always." Aduni didn't understand why her mother sounded so sad. She thought her mother would get better soon. She thought they would go home together to their house. But that night changed everything. She passed away. 3 months had passed since the funeral. Aduni's father, Mr. Bello, barely spoke anymore. He went to his office in Victoria Island early and came home late. Their house felt cold and empty without her mother's laughter. Aduni missed everything about her mother. She missed her bedtime stories. She missed her warm hugs. She missed the way she made akara and pap in the morning, singing Yoruba songs while she cooked. At night, Aduni would cry into her pillow and whisper, "Mama, I need you." Sometimes, she thought she could smell her mother's favorite perfume in the air. Sometimes, she felt like someone was stroking her hair while she slept. But when she opened her eyes, no one was there. Her father noticed her sadness, but didn't know what to say. He was sad too. 2 years passed. Then one day, Mr. Bello came home with a big smile on his face. "Aduni, I have someone special I want you to meet," he said. A pretty woman with a colorful jelly on her head walked into their living room. She had a warm smile and kind eyes. "Hello, Aduni," the woman said. "My name is Mrs. Kemi. Your father has told me so many wonderful things about you." Kemi brought Aduni a beautiful doll. "I hope we can be friends," she said. Aduni liked Kemi right away. She made her father smile again. She cooked delicious jollof rice and pepper soup. She even helped Aduni with her homework. When Kemi moved in after marrying her father, Aduni thought her family was complete again. The wedding was beautiful. It happened at their local church in Ikeja. Aduni wore a pretty yellow dress and carried flowers. She was so happy to see her father smiling and laughing again. "Now I have a new mama," Aduni told her friend Funmi at school. Kemi was very kind to Aduni. She braided her hair in beautiful styles. She taught her how to tie her wrapper properly. She even let Aduni help her cook in the kitchen. "You are like the daughter I never had," Kemi would say, hugging Aduni tight. For 6 months, their home was filled with joy and laughter again. Aduni began to forget how lonely she had felt. But slowly, things started to change. It started small. Kemi began to complain about little things. "Aduni, you left your school bag on the floor again," she would say with an angry voice. "Aduni, you didn't wash your plates properly. Aduni, you are making too much noise." At first, Aduni thought Kemi was just having bad days. Her father was traveling more for work, going to Abuja and Port Harcourt for business meetings. But when he was away, Kemi became different. Her kind smile disappeared. Her voice became sharp and cold. "Clean this house properly, Aduni," she would shout. "Your mother spoiled you too much." Aduni was confused. Why was Kemi being so mean? One day, Mr. Bello had to travel to Kano for 2 weeks. As soon as his car left their compound, Kemi's face changed completely. "Listen to me, you little girl," Kemi said, pointing her finger at Aduni. "While your father is away, you will do exactly what I say. No more playing, no more being lazy." She gave Aduni a long list of chores. Sweep the compound, wash all the dishes, clean the bathrooms, do the laundry by hand. "But I have school tomorrow," Aduni said quietly. "School can wait. Work comes first," Kemi replied coldly. That night, Aduni cried herself to sleep. She missed her real mother so much, she wished her father would come home. The next morning, Aduni woke up at 5 a.m. to start her chores. Her hands were sore from scrubbing floors the night before. As she swept the kitchen, she suddenly smelled something familiar. It was her mother's perfume, the sweet smell of jasmine flowers. "Mama?" she whispered, looking around. She felt warm arms wrap around her from behind, even though no one was there. A gentle voice whispered in her ear, "Be strong, my daughter. I am always with you." Adoni turned around quickly, but the kitchen was empty. Still, she felt better. Her mother was watching over her. From that day, whenever Adoni felt very sad or scared, she would smell jasmine flowers and feel her mother's presence. Days passed like this. When Mr. Bello was home, Kemi pretended to be kind. She would smile and cook nice food and help with homework. But when he traveled, she became like a different person. She made Adoni work from morning till night. She gave her small portions of food. She made her sleep on a mat on the floor instead of her comfortable bed. "Your father spoiled you," Kemi would say, "but I will teach you to be strong." One night, as Adoni cried quietly on her mat, she felt someone sit beside her. She opened her eyes and saw a beautiful woman in white clothes. It was her mother. "Mama," Adoni whispered. "My precious child," her mother said softly. "I know you are suffering, but you must be patient. Your time will come." "When, Mama? When will it get better?" "Soon, my dear. Very soon. But first, you must be brave. You must study hard in school. Education is your key to freedom." When Adoni blinked, her mother was gone, but her words stayed in Adoni's heart. At government primary school, Ikeja, Adoni's teacher, Mrs. Adebayo, noticed something wrong. "Adoni, you look very tired," she said after class one day. "Are you okay at home?" Adoni wanted to tell her everything, but she was scared. What if Kemi found out? What if she got angry with her father? "I'm fine, Ma," Adoni lied. Mrs. Adebayo didn't believe her, but she couldn't force Adoni to talk. The next week, Mrs. Adebayo made an announcement to the class. "Students, there is a big competition coming. It's called the Lagos State Young Scholars Competition. The winner gets a full scholarship to the best secondary school in Lagos, plus money for university." All the students got excited, but Mrs. Adebayo continued. "Only our smartest students can represent our school. I have chosen Adoni Bello." Adoni's heart jumped. A scholarship? This could change everything. When Adoni came home that day, she was so excited. She ran to tell Kemi about the competition. "Auntie Kemi, guess what? I was chosen to represent my school in a big competition. If I win, I get a scholarship to secondary school." Kemi's face became dark with anger. "Competition? Scholarship? Who gave you permission to enter any competition?" "But auntie, it's a great opportunity." Kemi hit Adoni across the face so hard that she fell down. "You ungrateful child. You think you are better than everyone else. You will not enter any competition. You will focus on your housework." That night, Kemi locked Adoni in the storeroom without food as punishment. In the dark room, Adoni cried and cried. Then, she smelled jasmine flowers again. "Mama, help me," she whispered. "I am here, my child," her mother's voice said. "Don't give up. This competition is your destiny. You must find a way." The next morning, Kemi let Adoni out of the storeroom. "Have you learned your lesson?" she asked. "Yes, auntie," Adoni said quietly. But in her heart, she made a decision. She would still enter the competition, but she would keep it secret. At school, she told Mrs. Adebayo what happened. "Adoni, this is not right," Mrs. Adebayo said, worried. "Should I talk to your father?" "No, please, ma. He travels a lot. He doesn't know how she treats me. If you tell him, she will hurt me more." Mrs. Adebayo thought for a moment. "Okay, we will prepare for the competition in secret. You will stay after school to study. I will tell her you have extra lessons." For the next 3 weeks, Adoni studied hard after school. She learned about Nigerian history, mathematics, English, and science. Mrs. Adebayo was amazed by how smart she was. "Your mother would be very proud of you," Mrs. Adebayo said one day. Adoni smiled. She knew her mother was proud. She felt her presence every day now. The competition was scheduled for Saturday morning at the University of Lagos. Adoni had told Kemi she was going to a school meeting. On Friday night, Adoni couldn't sleep. She was nervous and excited at the same time. As she lay on her mat, her mother appeared again. This time, she looked more real than ever. "Tomorrow is your big day, my daughter," her mother said, sitting beside her. "Mama, I'm scared. What if I don't win? What if I forget everything I studied?" Her mother took her hands. Listen to me, Aduni. You are my daughter. You have my strength and your father's intelligence. But most importantly, you have something special inside you. Faith, hope, love. But what if? No what ifs, my child. Tomorrow, you will make me proud. Win or lose, you are already a champion for trying. Her mother kissed her forehead, and Aduni felt peace fill her heart. Saturday morning came quickly. Aduni woke up early and got ready quietly. She wore her best dress, a blue one her real mother had bought her 2 years ago. At the University of Lagos, hundreds of primary school students from all over Lagos State had come for the competition. Aduni felt small among all these children from big, expensive schools. Don't be intimidated, Mrs. Adebayo whispered to her. You belong here. The competition had 3 parts: a written test, a presentation, and an interview. Aduni's heart was beating fast as she took her seat. As the test papers were given out, she closed her eyes and whispered, Mama, help me. Suddenly, she smelled jasmine flowers. She felt her mother's hand on her shoulder. I am with you, her mother's voice whispered. Now show them what you can do. The written test was hard, but Aduni found that she knew most of the answers. All those hours of studying with Mrs. Adebayo had prepared her well. For the presentation, each student had to talk about my dream for Nigeria. Aduni spoke about education being the key to ending poverty. She talked about children like her who faced difficulties but still had hope. The judges were impressed. One of them, a professor from the University of Lagos, smiled at her and nodded. For the interview, they asked her difficult questions about her life and dreams. Why do you want this scholarship? They asked. Aduni thought about her mother, about Kemi's cruelty, about her dreams of becoming a doctor to help sick people. I want to make my late mother proud, she said simply. She taught me that education is the only thing no one can take away from you. The judges looked touched by her honest answer. The results will be announced in 2 weeks. Those were the longest 2 weeks of Aduni's life. At home, Kemi became more cruel than ever. Mr. Bello was traveling again, this time to London for a month-long business trip. Now that your father is far away, you will learn to behave properly, Kemi said. She made Aduni do all the housework. She gave her only 1 meal a day. She made her wash clothes by hand in the cold water outside. But Aduni endured it all. Every night, her mother would appear to encourage her. Be patient, my child. Your breakthrough is coming, her mother would say. At school, Mrs. Adebayo watched Aduni carefully. She could see that the girl was getting thinner and more tired. Aduni, you must tell someone about what's happening at home, she said. Soon, ma. After the results come out, please wait a little longer. It was a Tuesday afternoon. Aduni was sweeping the compound when she heard Kemi's phone ring inside the house. Hello? Yes, this is Mrs. Bello. What? A competition? I don't know what you are talking about. Scholarship? My stepdaughter? Aduni's heart stopped. They were calling about the results. She dropped the broom and ran inside. Kemi was standing with the phone in her hand, her face red with anger. Is it true? Kemi shouted. Did you enter some competition behind my back? Aduni was too scared to speak. Answer me, Kemi screamed. Yes, Aduni whispered. Kemi raised her hand to hit her, but then the phone rang again. Hello? Yes. She what? She won. Aduni's heart jumped. She won? She actually won? First place? Full scholarship? Money for university? Are you sure? Kemi's face went from anger to shock to something that looked like fear. By evening, the whole neighborhood knew. Mrs. Adebayo had called everyone she could think of. The local newspaper wanted to interview Aduni. The television station wanted to feature her story. Young girl from Ikeja wins state scholarship competition. The headline was everywhere. When her father called from London that night, he was so proud he was crying. My daughter, my brilliant daughter, your mother will be so proud. For the first time in months, Kemi was nice to Aduni. She cooked her favorite food. She even let her sleep in her own bed. But Aduni knew it was only because people were watching now. The whole world knew about her success. You are famous now, my child, her mother's spirit whispered to her that night. But remember, fame is not everything. Stay humble, stay kind. The whole school celebrated Aduni's victory. The principal gave her a special award. Her classmates cheered for her. Mrs. Adebayo cried tears of joy. "I always knew you were special," Mrs. Adebayo said, hugging her. When her father returned from London, he threw a big party for Aduni. All their relatives came. The local church prayed for her. Everyone wanted to take pictures with the genius girl from Ikeja. During the party, Aduni stepped outside for fresh air, where she used to play with her mother. "Mama," she whispered, "we did it. We really did it." Her mother appeared one last time, looking more beautiful than ever. "You did it, my precious daughter. You saved yourself through your own hard work and determination. I am so proud of you. Will I still see you, Mama?" Her mother smiled sadly. "My time to guide you is ending. You are strong enough now to walk your own path. But I will always love you, and I will always be watching over you. I love you too, Mama." September came, and it was time for Aduni to start secondary school at Lagos State Model College, the best secondary school in Lagos. She packed her bags with excitement. She would be staying in the school hostel, away from Kemi's cruelty forever. On her last morning at home, Kemi tried to apologize. "Aduni, I was wrong to treat you badly. I was jealous of how much your father loved you. Can you forgive me?" Aduni looked at her stepmother. She thought about all the pain, all the hungry nights, all the cruel words. "I forgive you, Auntie Kemi," she said quietly, "but I will never forget." As the school bus came to pick her up, Aduni looked back at her house one last time. She had survived the worst. Now she was ready for the best. At school, she excelled in everything. She made new friends. She joined the debate club. She studied hard and got the best grades. Her teachers loved her. Her classmates respected her. She was happy. 5 years passed. Aduni was now 15 years old and one of the best students in Lagos State. She had won many more competitions. Universities were already sending her acceptance letters. But that summer, something began to change. Aduni started feeling tired all the time. She would get headaches that wouldn't go away. Sometimes she felt dizzy during classes. At first, she thought it was just stress from studying too hard. But when she started coughing up blood, her school sent her to the hospital. The doctors ran many tests. When the results came back, the doctor's face was very serious. "Aduni," he said gently, "I'm sorry to tell you this. You have the same disease your mother had. It's in your genes." Aduni felt the world spinning around her. The same disease? The one that took her mother away? "How long do I have?" she asked quietly. "With treatment, maybe 2 years. I'm very sorry." That night in the hospital, Aduni cried harder than she had ever cried before. Just when everything was going well, just when her dreams were coming true, this happened. As she lay in the hospital bed, she smelled jasmine flowers one more time. "Mama," she whispered. Her mother appeared, looking sad but peaceful. "I'm so sorry, my daughter. I'm so very sorry." "It's not fair, Mama. I worked so hard. I was going to become a doctor. I was going to help people." "And you will, my precious child. Maybe not in the way you planned, but you will. Your story will inspire others. Your courage will give hope to children who are suffering like you did." "But I'm scared, Mama." "I know, my dear. But remember, you are not alone. I will be waiting for you. And until then, live every day with joy. Love everyone around you. Make every moment count." Aduni spent her last 2 years doing exactly that. She started a foundation to help children who were mistreated by step-parents. She wrote a book about her life. She visited schools to encourage students to never give up on their dreams. On her last day, as she lay in the same hospital where her mother had died, she was surrounded by love. Her father was there. Mrs. Adebayo was there. Even some of her old classmates came to say goodbye. "I'm not sad," Aduni whispered to her father. "I'm grateful. I lived a life full of purpose." As the sun set over Lagos that evening, 17-year-old Aduni closed her eyes for the last time. She smelled jasmine flowers, and she felt her mother's arms wrap around her. "Welcome home, my daughter," her mother said. "Welcome home." The next day, newspapers across Nigeria carried the story, "Brave girl who won against all odds passes away." Her foundation continued to help thousands of children. Her book became required reading in many schools. And sometimes, in quiet hospitals across Lagos, Nurses say they smell jasmine flowers in rooms where sick children are crying for their mothers. Aduni's spirit, like her mothers before her, lives on, giving hope to those who need it most. Some people live for 70 years and never truly live. Others live for 17 years and touch eternity. In memory of Aduni Bello, who proved that a short life lived with purpose is better than a long life lived without meaning. If this story touches your heart, kindly subscribe and drop a comment. See you in my next story. Bye.